A boss mom doesn't allow society to tell her that her goals no longer matter. She handles her business both inside and outside of the home. Welcome to the Boss Mom Movement Podcast with me, your host, Ashley White, where you'll hear me speak with millennial moms who have not allowed the title mom to stop them from achieving their goals. During this podcast series, we'll discuss how we balance it all and other mom-related topics. It's a space for all my bossy mamas, whether you're an entrepreneur, mama in corporate, or both. Being a boss mom isn't easy, but it's our lifestyle. So with that being said, all right, boss moms, let the movement begin. Hey, boss moms. Before we get into this episode, I want to come talk to y'all about something that I feel is very important as we are being business women and just juggling many hats as we do every day. I have never been the one to really delegate tasks because I love to control things, but I have found that it is easier and it helps me relax and just live a sane life. Well, I ran into a great virtual assistant. The LuxeLife Agency has helped me just keep my machine running and still giving me time to just be a mom. I think that their services can benefit anyone, from anything from administrative tasks to content creation, social media management. I mean, what more can you ask for to help keep your business running? Head over to their website, ourluxelifeagency.com, do a consultation, let them know Ashley sent you. Let's just make life easier as the boss woman that we are. All right, now let's get into this episode. Hey, boss moms, welcome back for another episode of the Boss Mom Movement Podcast. You are here for season 4. Episode 1. I am super excited to be back here with you ladies and just having these discussions about, working as moms, whether you are building your business or your brand or excelling in that corporate space. So just super excited to be here with y'all. I appreciate all of the support thus far. You all have been hanging on with me. You've been sharing with others and giving me great feedback. So I appreciate all that you all have done just to support the Boss Mom movement as I, grow this platform and just bring you all some great things that you want to hear. Hopefully, shed a couple laughs and tears and just overall provide motivation and influence to you ladies as you venture into whatever business you are doing alongside, being a great mom. So today I wanted to talk to you all about overcoming self-doubt. Now, this has been something that I have personally been struggling with since honestly well before the Boss Mom even started. And it's a journey, it's a struggle, but it's important to share. I feel like a lot of people go through moments of self-doubt and really just trying to figure out how to climb your way out. For me, I think it goes back to just having like that secure feeling and who I am and my purpose, my journey. I'm not exactly sure that I'm 100%. Well, I know I'm not 100% all the way secure in myself, but I will say, and being transparent, that it is definitely a work in progress. I'm definitely further into this journey than I was when I started. But of course, as anyone else, I do have different insecurities. But who doesn't, right? We're all human. Like, speaking to you all, just looking at this camera is definitely not something that I would have done, 2 years ago. But just for, the purpose of showing growth and really believing that if you truly work on yourself and really believe in your abilities, anything is possible. When I think about purpose, I think about the things that make me happy. I used to think that purpose was something that I guess I'll more so equate it to like a skill. Like I always used to just be like, I don't know what life has in store for me. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like nothing other than helping people, I would say, like really gave me, I guess, the jump for joy. I just didn't know what I wanted to do when it came to helping people. And I would, think about certain things, and I would just continuously just doubt myself and shy away from the idea of it. Um, and that self doubt is what kind of just drove me away from really finding purpose and just really figuring out who I was and what made me happy, where did I have passion. And so once I was able to find that purpose, or I wouldn't even say I found it, it found me, with giving me my son, honestly, truly. Um, I was able to start working on me and just becoming better and getting rid of that self doubt. And it's definitely something that I toggle with on a daily basis. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, it's still times where I'll be like, nope, I'm not gonna do that. And find a reason to talk myself out of it, as opposed to finding a reason to talk myself into it. And so I think of one huge factor, I'm not gonna say it's the only factor, but one huge factor that makes self-doubt even become a thing is fear. Oftentimes we shy away from stuff out of the fear that it won't go the way that we want it to go. When in actuality, that may not be the case. It may not need to go the way you want it to go, right? Like, when we think about success, success is what you make it. Success doesn't have to mean you're getting, noticed by billions of people, or you're making billions or millions of dollars, like, depending on whatever we're speaking in terms of. But like, success really just, it's what it means to you, right? And so, like, for me, even with the podcast, even with the Boss Mom business in general, like, I do want it to succeed and touch a lot of people. But even if I touch 5 women throughout this whole journey, and where they can say, your words or what you did really just helped me as a mom, and working and just keeping my identity, like, it helped them, like, that means that the Boss Mom was successful. Even though in my mind, I want things to be on a way larger scale. I want to touch people across, the country. Like, that's just something that I have put on my plate for myself. But that doesn't mean, it wouldn't be successful if I didn't reach that. And I think putting too much expectation on things can also affect self-doubt. Like, we are our biggest competition. We will literally drive ourselves into a hole without the doing of anyone else speaking negatively or doing anything negative to us. Like, we'll get inside of our heads. And so I just wanted to kind of talk to you all today, just about learning to not do that. I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, like, I'm going through it now and have been for years. But once you get out there and really step foot, on that faith, that cloud of faith, you will really be surprised about what you can accomplish. Be your biggest cheerleader. Like, don't always look for accolades from other people, or, pats on the back from other people, because that may not come, like, don't even put that expectation. Work on yourself and really building that, motivation within, because if you talk yourself out of it, there will be no opportunity for anyone else to even talk about it, whether good or bad, because you didn't even do it. And that's something that I am learning, like, just as I go through daily struggles. Like, I'll give y'all an example. So I do work in corporate. I've shared this with you all many times, and I am setting myself up to get promoted by simply having a conversation with my boss, but also standing on why I feel like I should be promoted to this next position. Because I do believe in my abilities. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I can do and what I have done, whether it was in a role previous to the one that I currently have, or what I've done since I've started the position. That's why it's so important to be self-assured. Like, if I were to never acknowledge the successes, whether small or large, that I have had thus far, I would have never been able to build the courage up to even speak to management in regards to upward mobility in my role. And so one of the things that I am looking to do with other people is to just, or other women, I should say, other moms, is to just talk about those things and walking through that process and all I can do is share how it's affected and impacted my life in hopes that it does that for someone else. Like one thing with the Boss Mom, I just want us to be able to come together within this community and share these times, share the times of how you didn't feel, maybe 100% adequate and you were doubting that it wouldn't work out. That is a normal feeling. Okay. That is something that we have all gone through at some point or another. And we've just worked through it. It comes with daily talks. And I'm not the best at that. Like, even just, affirmations. I know that is something that we post a lot on social media. Some people have them posted in their home, maybe on the mirror. Like those things are really things that work, but really just talking to yourself. And I know a lot of times we say, oh, I talk to myself all the time, like in your head, right? I said that as well. But one thing that I was not doing was actually looking in the mirror and talking to myself, really looking at my reflection and talking. That is a huge difference. I'm still working on that. I'm not even going to sit up here and tell you guys like I'm doing this every day because I'm not. But I can say that when I have done it, I felt better about myself because it gave me that security within me, to really see who I am and what I do bring to the table. Now, of course, we are not perfect. We all have our shortcomings. That is for sure, but you can still celebrate the positive sides and just knowing who you are and what you can be. And that's really just what I wanted to bring to the table as we start season 4. We are going to talk to a group of amazing women throughout the next 9 episodes and just listening to their journeys and what they may be experts in or what, business and brand they have and how they got there, because it's not an easy course. And I think it just all boils down to really like overcoming that self-doubt and really just being sure in who you are and what you bring to the table. I want you ladies to find an affirmation or a couple of affirmations that work for you. Say them out loud to yourself in the mirror. Talk to yourself in the mirror. What is it that you're afraid of? What is it that's holding you back from starting that business? What is it that's holding you back from going for that job and excelling in your career as you maybe look to climb that corporate ladder? Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And I know sometimes when we come across people that are really self-assured, it may come off as cocky. Like, no, you don't have to be nasty about it, but do be confident about it and confident in who you are. Like that's what it takes. Those are some keys that it takes in order to overcome self-doubt. And this is, again, something that I am working on a daily basis, but I am going to acknowledge the growth that I've had so far. When I look at the Boss Mom, I'm looking at this podcast and I'm seeing season 4 even scroll across this camera or even talking to y'all in this camera and knowing that this will be on YouTube. Like that to me is just a reminder for myself that I have overcome the doubt of, getting in front of a camera and not being good enough to speak. Like that's something that I shy away from and just speaking, to crowds. Like these people they don't want to listen to what I have to say, or, maybe I'll stumble over a word. Like that's okay if I do. Like you're not perfect, but you can be a perfect person for you and your own journey. So I say all that to say, ladies, like take it one day at a time. Write out your goals, what you want to accomplish, the steps that you feel it will take to get you there. Build, your own community of support, people that will just give you that positive reassurance, but also be people that will be real with you as well, because it's not always going to be glitz and glam. And you may need that hard feedback sometimes and constructive criticism, not to tear you down, but to help build you up. But really just, take a step back and talk to yourself. I promise like that is going to just help you along the way and help you accomplish those goals, that you say you want to check off your box. So again, I appreciate you ladies for just tuning in with the Boss Mom. We are here, season 4. We are almost to the 1-year anniversary. of when the Boss Mom started. And I'm just overjoyed, honestly, truly, with the success that it has gotten thus far. And it is really only up from here because, again, I am letting go of that self-doubt. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone to bring this amazing platform to you ladies. So continue to stick around, and just join me for this journey. But season 4, ladies, is episode 1, the keys to overcoming self-doubt, with your host of the Boss Mom Movement, Ashley White. And let's get to it, ladies. Stay bossy, stay motivated, and I'll see you ladies next time.
Hey ladies, if you enjoyed today's episode, do me a favor and leave a 5-star rating and review. You can find the Boss Mom Movement streaming on Apple and Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Want to keep up with the movement? Visit my website at thebossmommovement.com and subscribe. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you next time.